I love you.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Watery Aquarian. It's Michelle here and I have another reading for you. Today's reading is messages from your past life regarding your relationship or relationships to come. Now we have three options here to choose from. Option 1 is card number 5, Hilarion. Option 2 is card number 17, The Lookout. And option 3 is card number 14, Initiation, and the Count Saint Germain. So we have option 1, option 2, and option 3. Now you can pause the video, choose a card. Let's get to it. Hello, option 1. For those of you who selected card number 5, Hilarion, or the first card, here's your reading. So we have here, this is an ascended master, Hilarion, and it's like he's doing research and you have all these spirits in the room with him, whether they're communicating with him or they're waiting on him to be of service to them, right? Now this is giving me the energy of when it comes to your connections, whether you're in one or you're waiting to be in one, it's saying that you can call on the energy for guidance, right? So this is telling me that you will receive guidance on how to conduct yourself or things that you can do that can resolve a particular situation in your connections, or steps on how you can move towards this your person, right? Meeting that special person, because also this is actually tapping into the Akashic records as well, so you will be able to have clear clues on what you should do in your particular situation, right? So this is really giving me the energy of you can actually tap into the Akashic records. You can actually do that, right? You have that gift and that ability. And I'm hearing like 8th chakra, because your 8th chakra is open, is activated, right? Now, when it comes to your connection, it's telling me that you've been there, done that. You guys have incarnated. You've had several lifetimes together. And in this incarnation, you're doing it again. But if there is any type of doubt, again, connect with Hilarion and you will receive the proper guidance, right? You will receive the knowledge, the clear understanding of what it is and also what you're meant to do. I'm hearing, right? We have candles in the back here, so it's like seeing the light. But yeah, you've been here before with your person, right? You've had, okay, and it's actually different relationships or types of relationships. So you might have been married in a previous life, or that person might have been your child, right? Or it could have been a friend. It's just different type of relationships or connections that you had in each lifetime with the person that you're meant to be with, right? Or with. But this is telling me that also if you are in a stagnant or very mundane situation in your relationship, like a bump, again, connect with Hilarion and you again will receive guidance on how to overcome this. This is telling me that you've definitely had lifetimes together, right? Past lives together. And once you tap into the Akashic records, you're going to be able to, you will have access to each of those lifetimes if you ask, right? If you ask. I'm hearing you will gain wisdom on the most significant. It's the one that has the lessons that you can apply in this life. That's what they're saying. In a past life, you worked closely with this ascended master, and you're being guided to do the same in this incarnation. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a card High Priestess. Holy smokes. You guys can access the Akashic records, guys. What this is telling me, you're going to learn the truth about your connection. You're going to learn the truth about your connection. Your past, it's like the present, in the present day I'm hearing, and the past. Now for some of you, I mean, it is a lot of lifetimes. A lot. Like 70. Wow. You do need to also practice your spiritual gifts or psychic ability. We hear it's calling for that. So if it is something that you are ignoring, tap into it. Kind of start exercising that muscle there, right? But it is definitely saying that you can access it. Some of y'all don't even need to get a report from someone else because you can do it yourself. And I would not be surprised if you have, because this is people who have these placements, it's very strong. They can do this. Right? So if you have like your sun in the 29th degree, boom, right? Or other 29-degree placements, but more so like Neptune in the 29th, Scorpio, or Pluto in the 29th. If you have your moon in the 29th, right? What else? Or the 4th house in the 29th. So we have the 4th, the 8th, and definitely the 12th. Definitely the 12th. Also, if you have a loaded 12th house. So a loaded 12th house is if you have 2 or more planets in your natal chart in the 12th house. So those with stelliums, oh my God. Right? And again, if you don't have a stellium, but you have more than 2 planets in the 12th house, then you are more than capable of doing this. Of course, and I have to stress that when it comes to the 12th house, you're going to have to work through and heal a lot of baggage from past lives and the current lives, because it is very, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of trauma and all that stuff that comes with the 12th house. It's like you lived a wounded warrior life, but it's overcoming that, it's healing from that. And once you heal, then you're going to be able to enjoy the blessings and the pleasures that the divine has out there for us, right? Because I do have a loaded 12th house, right? But so I understand this, and I do have the 29-degree sun. So I understand this too. So but you have to heal. You have to heal. Right? So all the negative stuff that you hear about the 12th house, which is majority of the stuff that you hear on YouTube when they talk about it, yes, that is true, but that is if it is unhealed. Once you heal that and you understand how to work with the energies of the 12th house, that is the most spiritual house, because it's the house of source. So once you do the work, it's like amazing. It's one of the best placements, the best houses to have. Amazing. Anyway, I'm digressing there. But you're able to tap into the Akashic records, and you do that through meditating, but also setting an intention. So asking a question. So you can be asking about a particular past life, or just tell me about my past life with this person. And then you meditate and call on the masters, right? And make sure that it is done with respect, right? So keeping the sarcasm to one side, being really serious about wanting to know this, and then tapping into the meditating and tapping into the Akashic records, and it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. I've done this, and I've experienced 3 past lives, right, with a particular person, and there's a lesson that I'm meant to learn in this life with them. Listen to the guidance as to how to handle or how to project yourself in this life so you don't mess things up, right? Or mess things up, meaning like delay things, right? So it's very, very important. But you can access that. That's beautiful. And it's like the truth will be revealed to you regarding your connection and the purpose of your connection and how to strengthen it. Your person might also, with you being having this energy of being having vision, psychic, they too, it will enhance their psychic abilities as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys communicate via telepathy. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. It's saying to step out of your comfort zone in this lifetime, right? So it's your past life is telling you to live a little. It's telling you to live a little. Step out of your conscious. Step out of your comfort zone and tap into your consciousness as well, your inner self, because the Eight of Cups is actually similar to the Hermit card, right? So it's like these are the many lifetimes that you've had, right, in doing this particular lesson with this person. So it could be where you're now in this incarnation with this person and you're comfortable with each other. Everything is great. It's calling for you to jazz things up a little bit. It's not going, the relationship is not going to go anywhere, right? But it's good to add a little bit of spice, because you could be emotionally unfulfilled at this point, but what is needed is just a little bit more activity, and also again tapping into the Akasha in order to understand the purpose of this connection. Okay, let me see if I can give it to y'all. What is the purpose of this connection? It's also telling me that for some of you, the singles, in order to meet this person, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. That's what it's calling for. Get out more, right? And also, when it comes to certain qualities, to not be so anal about it. Certain qualities or characteristics that you would like this person to possess. Okay, what is the purpose of this connection? What are they meant to learn? Ooh, Four of Swords. Okay. It fell on the ground. Four of Swords. Wow. Now, in this deck, the Four of Swords means that it's almost like things are beyond your control. Some things you cannot control. That's what this is saying with this Four of Swords. But Four of Swords is usually like really taking a back seat and allowing spirit or allowing things to develop naturally, right? But this is also saying for you to do some introspection. So it's calling for you to go inwards and tap into your spiritual self, right? Tap into the Akashic records, and not only will you learn more about this connection, but I think that there's a purpose here on a personal level. So personal goals, you're going to be receiving guidance on that, because I do think with you, you're meant to focus on yourself at this point. There's something that you need to, that's coming up to the surface. So this connection has triggered possibly a spiritual side, or your spiritual side, or your spiritual gifts, and you're meant to develop that further, strengthen it, because there is a purpose, a life purpose here, or mission that you're meant to accomplish as well. But it's saying that there's some things that are beyond your control. So with it being a minor arcana, it's not as it's not like a heavy energy compared to the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the Fate card, but there's an energy of fate here. But this energy with the Four of Swords, where something is beyond your control or certain aspects, there are things that you can do. right? You can step in and make certain changes, but there is something within this connection that you're meant to experience and learn about yourself. And for this is also being able to take a step back and to go inwards and focus on the self, because the high priestess is also an inner card, but it's also bringing something up to the surface, wisdom, knowledge of the self and of the situation. So it's wisdom, knowledge of your connection, but also who you are. And it's walking away from, with the Four of Pentacles, holding this all in, avoiding doing that, focusing on the self. So we got a lot of heavy hermit energy here, especially with the Eight of Cups. Again, minor arcana, but it's matching the hermit card. So it's a lot of introspection here. So this relationship is going to allow you to learn a lot about who you are as a soul. So there could even be some work changes as well, or lifestyle changes, right? Becoming more spiritual, doing more spiritual things, living more spiritually. This connection triggers that. And if you're already doing it, it's like taking it to another level where you're doing it together. But this is gorgeous. Okay, let's get some advice. Okay, look at that. You can't make these up, you know. Look at that. Meditation. And it says, take a moment to connect to source through quiet, reflective meditation. So look at that. So we have Eight of Cups, right? Similar to the Hermit. High Priestess. Divine wisdom, that is. Four of Swords. Taking a step back to reflect. So this is calling deeply for meditation, so you can tap into the Akashic records and receive the guidance that you need to receive regarding your connections, and have a deeper understanding of that, and yourself, your soul, who you are. That's beautiful, guys. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering live Zoom readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 2. For those of you who selected card number 17, the Lookout, here's your reading. So we have here a ship that's on fire, and you have someone on the, what do you call that? I can't even remember what that's called, but he's on the lookout here. It's almost like trying to figure out, how am I gonna get out of this situation, or how can I resolve this obstacle? So you could be experiencing turmoil in your relationship, so a lot of conflicts, dramas, etc. And you're trying to find a way out. Now for someone, I'm hearing third party situation, right? It's like, how am I going to restore balance in the connection? Because 17 reduces to 8. How can I restore balance where we're back in flow, right? And yeah, all right. For some people, there's no movement in the connection. It's like with the ship's not moving, right? It's like, where is this connection going? What's going on with it, right? So it could be a discussion about that, and there's conflict. And I'm hearing irreparable damage, actually, right? But this is telling me that, look, there is a way out. There's a way to resolve this. And it's all about looking ahead, being mindful, looking at the bigger picture. So it's also about communicating that, right? So your past life is saying, instead of getting into the heart of the drama, like heating things up and making it spread, expand, and continue, right? Figure out solutions on how you can overcome a lot of these obstacles. So if it is a situation where are we going with this relationship? It's moving, but it ain't going nowhere. Having that talk as to where you want it to go, where you see the connection going, what you would like your connection to be like, and seeing if that person is on the same page, then you will be able to make a decision for yourself as to whether you remain or it's time to move on. I think it's as direct as that. Your past life is saying is no need to sit in any type of obstacles like this. If this is like, again, a dead end relationship, why are you sitting in it? Make sure that you communicate your truth and where you see or want your connection to go, and make sure that person express their truth and where they see where they want the connection to go, and then you can decide there. There's no need to fight. It's saying that there's more out there. Look, be on the lookout. There's better out there. You have more than one option, guys. That's something that we need to remember. Whether you are in a sacred connection, whatever, there is always options. It's not that just that one person and I'm stuck with them and boom, that's it. You have options. There's a lot of wonderful experiences out there, and it does take a while to get to that point, that space of understanding that, the true essence of that. But in the energy of holding on tightly to something, there means that there's work that needs to be done with the self. Because in this energy, it can go nowhere. Because the dramas will always reappear. There will always be something that you'll be fighting about. And it's also about being true to yourself. What are you willing to tolerate? What are you willing to put up with? And then you have to ask yourself, why am I willing to put up with this or tolerate this behavior? Right? It has something to do with self-worth. Don't you feel that you deserve better? Don't you feel that you should be treated with respect? Are you treating yourself with respect and value? Because with, again, 8, it's all about even flow of energy. Now this, if you are in any type of chaotic dramas, etc., this is actually, 8 for me is also the divine intervention. So Spirit has stepped in to wake things up and saying, hey, now what are you going to do about this? Because it can't continue. A decision needs to be made. So if you are somewhere where you're not in a connection, there's this energy here that surrounds you where there's unhealed toxicity. So it could be where for someone, I'm seeing like a situation where you enter into connections, they end quickly. I'm hearing like you leave them in the dust and you're moving on to the next. With the lookout, it's like you realize the person is no longer tickling your fancy, you're no longer interested, and you're like dropping them and moving on to the next. Well, another one bites the dust. That energy. Now, there's something that you need to work within yourself if you are in that energy of losing interest quickly, Goldilocks syndrome. The grass is always greener syndrome. Right now, there is something within yourself regarding neediness, because you're seeking someone to fill a need or a void that you have within yourself. But you will never find that, because there's never a person that can fill something that you have to fill within yourself. And that's what your past life is saying as well. Why are you seeking validation and being whole outside of yourself? This is something that you need to possess within. So there will always be obstacles, always be flames, because what you are looking for is right here. It's the self. It's within. And it's like for every port you dock in, you will always be bringing this baggage, this trauma, this toxicity to the next, to the next, to the next. And it's like wreaking havoc, spreading toxicity, right? For others, it's why do you choose situations like this, people like this, knowing that they have this energy within them. It's an unsettled storm energy. Someone that is aggressive. It's like now looking for something better, seeking something better. But first, it's like figuring out, why are you attracted to that? But knowing that with your past life, because it seems like a pattern again that needs to be closed out in this incarnation, because it's repeated lessons that you're meant to learn. It's saying that you can overcome this, but it's looking into yourself deeply And for others, it's like there's a need to look or have certain characteristics and qualities that you desire in a partner, and actually sticking to that, right? So not really being anal, but there's certain things that you will tolerate and you won't. Like for one, of course, being someone being respectful. That's a biggie. That's one that you cannot sway on. It's like always seeking better, a need for that for some. And for others, it's like stop running. Okay, I'm gonna pull one card. Being able to spot trouble before it comes and not entertaining in drama. That's another thing. It gets you nowhere. We have here the Ten of Circles, Ten of Pentacles. Always knowing that you have support around you. That's what that is saying. With it being the Ten of Pentacles, it could be trouble within a family, right? Dramas within a family. Or for one situation, it's a person that, wow, okay, they actually are spending the family savings. The family savings. Your person is spending that. And it's a problem. But there's a what they're saying, or what Spirit is saying, is that you need to put a stop to that. There needs to be some boundaries set for the person who has that situation where someone is spending the family savings, gambling it. That needs to stop. Another thing is family getting involved in your connections, in your disputes, not bringing people into your relationship, into your connections, into your disputes with you and your partner. And what I mean by that, if it's at the point where it is violent, then I completely understand, yes. But if it is just a healthy disagreement, those type of arguments, there's no need for your family to get involved, because sometimes they can stir the pot and the situation will be unresolvable. That's what this is saying. So be mindful of what you share with your family. But if there is abuse, violence, then you share that shit with them. And of course, come up with sensible ways of exiting a particular situation. Yeah, this is giving me family dispute vibes, disputes, and also someone spending the family savings. That's the more dominant collective energy here. For another situation, is someone not wanting a family, and that's why a couple is fighting. Not wanting to get married, not wanting children. It's having that talk and it's not going your way, and it's like, okay, we're going to be fighting about it. If that is the case and that person doesn't want to do that, that's free will. That's their own free will. You got to move on. You have got to move on. Okay? You have that talk and say, look, this is what I want. If that is not what they want and you want it, it's time to start doing some rethinking. Right? It's just plain and simple. And no need to have attitudes about it. It's just, as long as you firmly believe that that is what you want. Okay, clarify. Two of Cups. Yeah, look at that. Such a cute card though. You have two very beautiful tarot cards. The Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. And then we have here the card of the Lookout, the Fighting card, the Challenges card. So this is also showing me someone that is finding it really difficult to find a good partner, a good person to be with. You're looking for that happily ever after. Someone that is stable in all areas of their lives. And that is not a bad thing. So we know emotionally, mentally, financially, physically stable. someone that is a match with you, because you're in that position, and you just can't meet anyone like that. You're like, why am I not attracting those types of people? And it could be the energy that you're giving off. So your past life is saying there is something that you are holding on to or you've carried over that is making it very difficult for you to tap into this energy or to meet, to attract people who are in this energy. Now let's see why. I'm going to pull another tarot and see why. There's great frustrations. You get short with a person if they don't share the same vision as yourself, meaning wanting to get married, have children, seeing themselves with you forever with the Ten of Pentacles. All right. Why are they finding it difficult? Okay, so we have here the Five of Cups, Sun on the bottom of the deck. So we have the Five of Cups. So that is the disappointment, loss. It could be where you have actually lost a relationship like that, lost a spouse. We have the Sun here, so it's saying everything will be okay. That's the bottom of the deck. So we have the Five of Cups. So for another situation, it's actually your person ran off with someone else. Third party situation. Thought this was the happy scenario set up, and this person has moved on with someone else. Right? That's not a very nice feeling, but it's saying that you can always overcome this by healing from that and seeking better, setting boundaries. Right? Setting boundaries, setting standards, having standards and also characteristics of your mate, and making sure that you possess that within yourself. Also treating yourself with respect, treating yourself the way that you expect to be treated. That's a biggie, right? If you treat yourself with disrespect, your person will eventually do that, treat you in that same way. Right? Because a person who has self-respect will not put up with that shit. They're out, and they know they don't even need to fight the person. They don't even need to fight their person to try to win them back. They're like, okay, you choosing to go there, see you later, because I know that I can get something else, someone else better. So it's that energy, right? But there's a sense of losing a relationship. It could be death as well. Like you lost your person, your spouse, from death. I'm not seeing heavy death cards though, but that could be a situation for some. But it's giving me really third party vibes, and it's like I'm gonna get back at them. This person is a home wrecker, but it's saying just move on, just move on. Look to greater and better connections, but also how you treat yourself, right? Because it's calling for really focusing in on how you view yourself, how you treat yourself, and what you're looking for. Okay, let's get guidance. For you guys, I suggest you get a personal reading. Right? So you can get a personal reading from me, or you can get a personal reading from your trusted psychic. But it's very important to work through this. Right? So if you would like a reading from me, my information is in the description box. Okay. We have Starseed. Interesting. So, we have Starseed. Raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant loving light. So it's calling for you to shift your energy, shift your vibration, and being in the energy of, well, it's seeing your uniqueness, really. Seeing your uniqueness and seeing that you are greater than this situation. It's seeing yourself in a new light, in a greater light. And it's saying, I'm getting the energy of this particular situation has lowered your vibration, right? Has lowered your vibration to the point where you're in the not self, meaning you're not being your natural and authentic self. And it's calling for you to get back to who you are and being in that right vibrational energy in order to attract your true Two of Cups So perfect match where you will be able to build a legacy together. That's what that's telling me. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering live Zoom readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 3. For those of you who selected card number 14, Initiation and the Count Saint Germain, here's your reading. So this lovely card here, we have Saint Germain, and we have 4 people waiting to be initiated. So 14 reducing to 5. So we have here a change, right? So this is giving me, with these 4 people here, Saint Germain looks like someone that is marrying like 2 couples, right? So it feels like your relationship going to the next level or moving up to the next level with the word initiation. So taking it to becoming more serious, maybe giving your connection a title, whether boyfriend, girlfriend status, or engagement, or marriage, what have you. But there is a leveling up here, or an ascension in your connection. Recognizing that you're wanting to be with this person. I'm hearing like be of service as well. So this has been popping up for me where it's a couple or a spiritual couple that feel that they have a greater purpose in this life to help the collective, to help humanity. So you've made an oath, right? A vow to each other and an oath with God to serve, to not only be pure in a pure and loving relationship, connection, romantic relationship, but also to serve God in helping the collective. And it could be you and friends as well, 2 other friends, or another couple, where you've made that agreement, that oath. So an agreement with each other, an agreement with source. And that's very beautiful. And it's actually saying that take it seriously. Right, that's what I'm hearing. Take it seriously. Now, it could be marriage as well, a wedding. So 2 couples getting married at the same time, and they're mates. So there's always that. So that's literally reading the card though in that way. Not the meaning in the guidebook, but based on the imagery. Now, this is also showing me that you want to be in those types of connection. So it could be where you are not in a relationship, but this is what you're wanting for your next partner, to be someone that is spiritual, just like yourself. Someone who's willing to be of service to humanity, working alongside source as yourself. It's just wanting someone to be on the same page as you, wanting that sacred connection, asking for a sacred connection, right? Setting that intention. And this energy is telling me that you've actually put the work in. So the idea is you're putting the work in to yourself to heal, but also to connect, build a strong bond with your guides, with your ancestors, with source, etc., in order to bring in this connection, this sacred connection. For others, it's actually you've ended a karmic relationship, or a relationship where it just wasn't like, you've outgrown it. Let's just put it like that. You've learned the lessons and you've outgrown this relationship, and it is saying that your next connection is going to be one that is very sacred, one where this is actually the life partner, right? The one. But you're going to be very active in helping people. It's the true essence of a sacred connection. So it's not necessarily, you know how we look at sacred connections in this realm where it's like, oh, it's the romance of a lifetime, right? And all that, and we're all lovey-dovey, kissing in the sand and rolling around. It's not only that. And as a matter of fact, there is not a lot of that. With what I'm getting with this card, because that's not what it's about with this connection. So Now I'm hearing for those of you who are asking for sacred connection, like a true divine sacred connection, be careful what you ask for, because it is not necessarily that hyper romantic rolling in the sand type of relationship, kissing and rolling around in the sand, and lots of intimacy, like sexual activities and all that stuff. It's not necessarily like that. What it's showing me is a mutual respect and a deep love of the self, of each other, and life. Now I'm channeling that. And it's being the example to humanity on living in that way and being in that way. So this is the true essence and meaning of a life partner. So I'm seeing two people holding hands, like gently, like you're delicately and gently holding hands and walking on a path together. But just as it's like stepping into the unknown, but being wondrous and excited about being on that journey together. So that as far as the sexual, lusty side of it, it's not there. It's like a very deep and calm love and respect for each other. There is love making, but it's not like what we think, what we get down to on this realm. It's so that's the type of sacred connection that they're talking about. It's a strong, strong level of respect, integrity, and grace. And it feels like the energy that I'm feeling, the closest I can describe to you guys, you know, when you're on a mountain or you're somewhere and there's like a gentle breeze, it's sunny and it's warm, and there's a gentle breeze blowing against your skin, like your face, and it's so tender. That's the kind of loving energy. And if you close your eyes, you just feel it just gently brush against your skin. It's that type of tenderness. So some of you ask for that and you will receive it, but you will embrace it and understand the true essence of a sacred connection. And the reason why I know, because I'm going through this. I asked for this, and it's actually truly like that. There's no longing. So that longing feeling that people get when you're talking about twin flame, soulmate, this and that, that doesn't exist in these types of connections, right? There is a deep love, but the love still exists whether you're with the person or not. It's like you understand, you love the essence of them, their essence, right? Their soul, who they are. So there's no jealousy, there's no that longing where I must be with them or I won't survive if I don't, and all of that. That's just doesn't exist. You're actually okay with loving them from afar. Wow. But if you have the luxury of being with them, which a lot of these connections do come together in the physical, it is one where you are everything to each other. So best friend, mom, dad, child, mentor, this, that, lover, everything to each other. But it's not in a needy, clingy, toxic way. It is in a loving, gentle, and understanding way, respectful way. Wow. Okay, let's get a tarot card. I'm seeing like being very clean, eating clean, dressing clean, living like an ultra spiritual life, being able to enjoy life, being able to live in the moment, slow down, and just truly embrace the essence, the divine source essence. very spiritual. Okay, may I have a card? The Empress. Oh my God. Look at that. Beautiful. That's, oh my God. And look at the bottom of the deck. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Okay, I'm going to take it. And then King of Cups. Right. So what we have here is with the Empress. This is that feminine energy. The yin energy. But it's creative energy. The energy to build up upon, to nurture, to express love, to, this is working together for the betterment of the collective. So you're birthing new ideas together. So that can be working together. This could literally be children, right? Having children together. But it is definitely telling me that you are both a stronger unit. So what I mean by that is you're both strong individually, but as a unit, you are stronger. So there's no neediness energy here. You both come with this unconditional love, divine love energy that you are sharing with the collective in abundance. You are able to inspire and encourage others to improve on their lives, to grow, to see the beauty and the bounty, right, of potential that they have. It's having a clear understanding of how to live life to the fullest and to grow and to develop as a soul. And that's something that you are teaching people through your connection with the Two of Cups. By you being the example. Both of you, it's like you fall from the same tree. You share similar philosophies, right? Ways of living, being. And you're able to do this in a way where it inspires others to change their lives. To be more mindful of what they're creating, what they're putting out there, right? So it's in the realm of thought. Well, it's all with the Empress. It's all the suits. So their way of thinking, that's with the Swords energy and speaking, communicating, with the way, with their actions, with the Wands energy, the fire energy, things that they create and how they move towards it, things that they do. Right, with the water energy, their feelings, how they feel, being able to express freely your emotions, but also listening to your intuition, following that inner guidance. And then with the Pentacles, grounding this energy, right? This is actually bringing something to life. Doing. It's the doing. The true essence of the creation energy with the Empress. But it's being in balance, being totally in balance. And of course, the fifth element, which is consciousness, being aware of all of this, of life, of the metaphysical, just the oneness. It's teaching people about the five elements and how to live in that way freely, right? Authenticity, tapping into that. And we have here the angel in the back that supports this. This is, again, it supports the whole divine sacred union, but it's done with it's sacred in the fact that it's with dignity, integrity, grace, respect of the self and the other. Seeing the value of yourself and in others. respecting it. It's just incredibly, it's sacred on so many levels. On so many levels it's sacred. And that's what your past life is calling for you to actually see within yourself and in your connections. And again, if you're not in that, it's tapping into this energy, especially if you ask for this. This is a part of the what is expected of you. And for some, you started this process in your previous incarnation and it's now active in this one. It's for you to now take action. Wow. It's one of them powerful connections. Very powerful. Okay, so we have here, look, Elders of Cups. So that's the King of Cups. Really screaming on the, I mean, we have the Two of Cups, then we have the Elder of Cups, the emotional body and the intuitive body, and the cup, which is the chalice, the Ace of Cups here, which is the chalice of God. That's all about unconditional love. Expressing love, living in a loving way and sharing that love with the collective. Teaching by example how to be in this energy with the collective. To evoke change. To restore balance. You are a part of this, the sacred unions or connections where it's meant to evoke change or change the way of being on this earth. Oh, or what do they call it? New Earth. So whatever is meant to happen that is actually very shadow based, where freedoms are taken away, you're teaching people how to create, build love and evoke change so that they can live a fulfilling life. They can have fulfilling connections with others, romantically, community-wise, friendship-wise, family, what have you. But this is the teacher energy here. But you're teaching by example. Both of you. Wow. Let me see. Should I pull another one? This one is just pretty much to the point, but we know the purpose. I'm just going to pull another one because I asked a question. Why is it repeated in this life? Why is this lesson repeated in this life? Okay. So we have here the Prince of Swords, or the Knight of Swords, and the Sun. So it seems like there was a lot of haste in the previous incarnation with the Knight of Swords, right? It seems like there was a lot of haste. There's a lot of my way or the highway. I'm doing things my way. It was like charging in, taking what you want, and then just going off. So there's a selfish energy here. There was a selfish energy, and you're meant to learn how to be a bit more selfless, but more conscious of this energy here, of being very aggressively selfish. It's being mindful that there's others to consider. So it's not being in the energy of not looking after yourself or giving to yourself. It's just not being in the energy of taking it all and screw everyone else, forget everybody else. And tapping more into, again, a more balanced and a more loving energy, and a more energy where there's sharing, and I'm hearing compromise. But also, again, with the connections, it could be in that connection, it was like me. Right? And your person happily obliged with the Sun. But now it's more, again, more about balance. And we have a male card here. So that could even be your person who is in that energy. And then now they've come back into the energy of the King of Cups, where they're more living from the heart space, not necessarily from the head, right, with the Knight of Swords, but more living from the heart space and being more compassionate, more open to listen and feeling more. Wow. Okay, let's get some guidance. Okay, so we have here abundance. Wow. Weren't we just talking about that, especially with the Empress? So it says here, when your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. Y'all hear that? Maybe I should read that again. Abundance. When your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. You hear that? That is the role. That is your role as a partnership. That is so beautiful. Oh my God. I mean, spirit is just all over this one. I mean, look at the sun. That's spirit there. Boom. And you're going to do it right. You're going to do it right. You're going to do it right. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering live Zoom readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.